Good, not so fabulous morning. I know, my hair's a giant mess, but I'm probably gonna fix that in a few minutes. Oh, yay. And not so fabulous day. This is where we don't care what you look like, how you act, and whatever else we say. Oh, boy, do I look. Wow. Oh, wow. Good. That's a fabulous day. I know, I look a little ridiculous, but we're gonna rub this in. Hang on. Rubbing in some lotion. Yes, it really does hurt my hand to do that. I was trying not to scream on camera because no one wants to hear that, like, at all. Oh boy, I better fix this. Sometimes you will see Kenzie and Kevin, my dog and cat, on this channel too. Kenzie is we believe, Chihuahua Yorkie mix. We got her about almost 1 or 2 years ago. She's a sweetie. And I love her, but we just scared her, so I'm trying to comfort her. I feel so bad that we scared her. Yes, I feel so bad that we scared Kenzie onesie. I didn't mean to. She's very confused because she has not seen my workspace yet. Kenzie here does not want to leave my arm. She is shaking. We played with one of Jade's flying pixie toys, and boy, did that scare Kenzie. Poor Kenzie is terrified. She's shaking in my arms right now. My poor precious. We did not mean to scare you. It scared me a little too, because I wasn't expecting it to fly like that. Yeah, I know flying toys scare Kenzie. But don't worry, it's not flying anymore. It's going to be recharged. No. Just a warning, I am reading Jack the Ripper. If you are not old enough and you somehow found this video, please click away. But if you are old enough, stay and enjoy. I know, my hair's a little messed up today. It was perfect this morning and then wasn't feeling well. Had to take a nap and then it got all messed up. Oh, okay. Let's get to it. Or back to it. Jack the Ripper. The world's most notorious cold case. The unsolved mystery, the new leads, his double life. $13.99 in the US, $16.99 in Canada. Let's get to it. The enduring fascination of Jack the Ripper, the Whitechapel murders, trying to catch a killer. The enduring fascination of Jack the Ripper. During the summer and fall of 1888, fear filled the crowded slums of Whitechapel, a poor district in Victorian London. Police found one body and then another women who lived in the neighborhood and worked as ladies of the night. The brutal crime shocked the city of London and set off a search for a killer that has lasted more than 100 years. Well, geez. The woman had been brutally murdered, with the last one of the most of all. The police searched the crime scene for clues and scrambles to find a something witness who could lead them to a suspect. What the police uncovered always led to suspects with credible alibis. The press, which followed the chase with a mixture of concern and sensation, reflected the frustration of many in Whitechapel who wanted to feel safe again, even in a neighborhood known for its poverty and crime. As the killings and the manhunt went on, a London news service received a letter purportedly from the killer. In it, he gave himself a nickname that has continued to stir dread and fascination: Jack the Ripper. Jack taunted the police for their inability to catch him and promised to keep ripping until he was caught. The killing did continue for several more weeks. Then murders that seemed too much Jack's MO stopped. Killing in Whitechapel and other parts of London went on, but none seemed to fit the pattern of Jack's work. Some people tried to connect them to the Ripper, but many students of the case pinned just 5 or 6 murders on Jack. Official records attribute only 5, except victims to Jack the Ripper. He seemed to have disappeared after 1888. Perhaps he died, fled the country, or was locked up for other crimes, or perhaps he simply decided to stop killing and resume a normal life. Whatever happened to him, his identity remains a mystery, but for more than a century, this most famous of cold cases has inspired scores of questions and theories about Jack. Students of Whitechapel murderers wonder, who was Jack? How many women did he actually kill? Why did he kill? And who might have helped him get away with his crime? Almost from the first, his story has inspired countless books, films, and TV shows. Today, visitors to London can tour the sites where he murdered his victims. An entire industry has sprung up around Jack and his unsolved killings. The neck cuts must have been caused with a long... Okay. Meanwhile, sleuths and retired police officers continue to develop theories, uncover what they say are hard facts to back them up, and even turn to science through DNA analysis to try to determine once and for all who Jack the Ripper was. From the beginning, the difficulty of identifying Jack the Ripper led to some outlandish and unsavory theories. The arrival of large numbers of drugs in the mid and late 19th century stirred anti-Semitism that had exited in England since medieval times, leading some Londoners to point fingers at foreigners born living in the East End. The first suspect in the Ripper case was a Jewish immigrant. However, as the murders went on, the helpful police offered other suggestions about Jack's identity. The murderer was actually a large ant that roamed the streets, or a member of an East Indian secret killing the women for body parts. Well, that's a little crazy. We might end up having more than one part.